Mads, first of all, congratulations, mate, on the contract.
Thank you very much.
Massively deserved. How does it feel?
Yeah, it feels really good. Obviously, a very good feeling. So I'm very happy to now extend my contract with Brentford.
What was it that made you want to?
Obviously, like we've been up to so good things, and when you just look at how the club has been like throughout the years and the progression we've made, it's like you don't really think of saying no to that. So.
Yeah. I want to take you then back to your first day here and kind of what was that like coming over from Copenhagen, and originally of course you joined up with the B team, so what are your memories of your first few days here?
Yeah, obviously it was very different. Like it was the first time I went like really away from home, but at the same time there was still like a few familiar faces and like a few Danes around, so I think that made the whole experience a bit easier, but yeah, it was definitely a challenge for a young kid coming.
Didn't Rasmus say for a while you looked like you kind of won a prize or something when you first came over? That's what you say.
He said I looked like one who won the lottery every day, but it was just because I had like some really good years on my youth, on the youth teams in Copenhagen and stuff, and suddenly I came to the first team and ran into a bit of trouble with like that little thing when you go from youth football to first team football can sometimes be difficult for young players, and I didn't really had anyone that like really helped me develop in that, so it like was a hard time for me, and then I got like pushed a bit out and went on a few loan spells where it didn't really work out, and then when I came here, suddenly there was like all new eyes on me, and like I was just happy that I had a fresh start, and people judged me for what I was doing on the pitch, and like that was just, for that I was just happy every day basically.
And your story is such a big symbol of so many great things with Brentford over recent history, and your progression from the B team to the first team. So what was that like when you first made the step up to the first team? Because it can be daunting, I guess, for a young player going to play with the senior sides.
Yeah, well, I was used to playing first team football because back in Denmark I was like I went quite early on the first team back then. I think I was like 17 or something.
You scored your debut as well.
Yeah, after 63 seconds on the pitch. Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, that was basically the highlight of that story. But yeah, so I think it was quite natural for me to get into the first team, and that had that period like in the start. So yeah, I think it was quite a smooth process, if you can say.
What would you say over the years you've developed personally in your game, and what do you think you've got out of working with people like Thomas, Brian, more recently Justin, Kev, Klaus as well, of course?
It's a bit hard to say like just one thing and stuff, because I basically came as a young kid, and now I stand here and this 23 years old. So yeah, I feel like they helped me develop as a, how do you say, like as a grown
as a person.
Footballer, and as a person. And obviously, like the tempo just went up, and like Championship was one thing, now Premier League is another thing. So it's about that. You can't switch on at any moment. So yeah.
Is there anywhere that you specifically work on yourself, or because I especially remember when you first came in, I feel like the Blackburn game in particular, but you're playing very high up. You win the penalty that gets us the draw at Griffin Park, and I don't know if it's maybe circumstantial, but now I see someone that, as a 1v1 defender, I rarely see you get beat. Do you see what I mean? So is there any specific areas that you thought, right, I'm going to really dedicate and work on?
Yeah, well, I feel like over the years I've really developed my defensive side. I used to work really close with Dalsgaard when he was here, and like he helped me a lot, and I was teaching a bit from him. So you could say it was a bit like mentoring me for the defensive side. So yeah, that definitely helped me a lot. And obviously then, as you repeat and get more game time, you get more confidence, and yeah, then you progress.
Yeah, but in that last season of the Championship, obviously you had a great run at the back end, and talking of great runs, we have to talk about Wembley. I mean, I don't really know where to start, but I want you to talk me through it, because that run was incredible, and then to have the composure at the other end to then pick Emmy out. What was going through your head from the moment you picked it up?
I don't know, like I just saw like a chance of a transition, and then it's just like, yeah, I'm gonna go for it. Like, because I'm actually quite far back. But yeah, then.
Does it look far? Because Wembley to me looks huge. Are you going, I'm getting to the other end of this pitch, and that is a long way?
I don't know about that, but like obviously, like I ran the transition, and then yeah, like Emmy had a good position on the back stick, and good thing was I was able to pick him up, and then he smashed it to the bottom corner, and that was like applause to him as well, you know.
Yeah, but so you've got to the penalty area. At what point did you register Emmy? And because again, I was just in the stand and I had no composure. You had the football at your feet. Yeah. You just run 60 yards. Yeah. So what's going through your body and your brain at that point?
To be fair, at that moment, I remember a thought come into my head like, "This is my time to shine." Like I was about to like try to get it to my right foot, and maybe shoot it to myself, but then. At the same time, there was another voice in my head saying, "But you just ran like 60 meters, like you're exhausted." And then obviously I saw Emmy, and like I was probably the better choice to be fair.
Hey, you scored after 63 seconds on your debut, so maybe.
I don't think it was like the same level, but yeah, sure.
You've had a lot of amazing moments in the Brentford shirt. You've been involved in some incredible games, some big wins against huge sides. Is there one that stands out for you?
Yeah, well, definitely our win at Wembley is up there, and I think the City game is definitely like just the time and how we did it, and everything was unbelievable. And also now last weekend on Emirates against Arsenal, in the number 1 position, like was definitely also up there. Like so to get these like experiences of beating the big teams and all that, it's definitely something you won't forget, just like that.
And didn't you grow up a boyhood Man United fan, idolising Ronaldo? So that must have been pretty special, because again, you were playing centre in a back three that day, so a bit of a new position. And how was that experience? That was
amazing. Like I remember, you know, when we were went out the tunnel, and I see this guy in the schoolyard. You know, we used to just imagine that I was Ronaldo. One of my friends was Henry, and one was Rooney and stuff. Always been Ronaldo. Even my email was what was Mads.Ronaldo.
No way.
So to play against him was definitely a big experience. But as soon as the whistle goes, you know, you just
game mode.
Yeah, it's you don't notice who it is and all this.
On that though, who's been the toughest you've gone up against? Because like I say, not many have got the better of you since you've been in the Premier League.
Yeah.
I saw you having a chat with Grealish after the game.
Yeah, I would definitely say Sterling is a really, really good player, really fast feet, and you can't underestimate this guy at anything. So yeah, I think definitely him, and also Traore, also powerful. I'm just talking about 1v1 defensively right now, because obviously there's been better players on the pitch. De Bruyne is unbelievable.
Yeah. Like I say, not many have got the better of you 1v1 in particular, and you seem like you're in the form of your life at the moment. You're enjoying your football. Arsenal, I thought, not just saying it, I thought was probably arguably your best performance in a Brentford shirt. So what are your ambitions now? Yeah,
well, definitely, you know, us as Brentford, we just look one way. We always look at the next game. So we definitely this season want to create something special. And yeah, obviously we've been on this run in the past, if you look over the years, and we definitely want to continue that. So for us there is no time to rest. We just want to achieve, and I think that's one of the special things about this group. Like we're never satisfied. We always look forward. So. Yeah.
Amazing, mate. Well, look, like I say, inform your life, and it's great that you're extending your stay here. Thanks for your time.
Cheers.
You always get into trouble?
Yes, always.
But to have two players from the same class
Yes.
to play international football and Premier League football is remarkable.
You know, when you're young, you don't care about to be professional. You just want to play.
What are you talking about?
But
Play in the
that's
Premier
true.
League. We scored at Stamford Bridge. Right, we're going to agree to disagree on that one because I don't even know if we are disagreeing.